nominees for GameSpot's 2007 Game of the Year are BioShock, The Orange Box, Rock Band, God of War 2, Crysis, World and Conquer, Super Mario Galaxy, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Forza Motorsport 2, Halo 3, and the winner for GameSpot's 2007 Game of the Year is Super Mario Galaxy.
2007 was an insane year for video games. You know, we saw a lot of amazing franchises come back this year.
You had Call of Duty 4, Super Mario Galaxy, Halo 3, The Orange Box.
And what's really crazy is that every time one of those games came out, everyone's like, oh, well, that's got to be Game of the Year, right? It's like when BioShock came out in August, everyone's like, well, what's going to beat BioShock? You know, it's like, that game is awesome. And then it's like, oh, well, yeah, except that now here's Halo 3. And when Halo 3 comes, all right, well, whatever. But then World of Conflict came along. Then there was like Crysis and Orange Box and Mario Galaxy, and it just kept going and going and going.
This is probably the first year where we've had so much representation from across like all the major genres. We had puzzle games, RPGs, action games.
If you want first-person shooters, real-time strategy games, you know, if you want platformers, everything that's out there is just premium.
You know, it's like this year, it was just straight up B-A-N-A-N-A-S, bananas. Totally bananas.
Unfortunately, we got to go with one. You can only have a Game of the Year. We can't just punk out and say, oh, they're all really good. Got to choose one.
And in this case, the last one to do the head chopping was Mario Galaxy.
So when we were looking at everything that we had to choose from for Game of the Year, it almost seemed initially like it was going to be a cop-out to pick Mario, because like, when doesn't Mario win? But this year, or this particular installment of the Mario franchise, I mean, it's been around for like 500 years, so they kind of know what they're doing. It's like it won because it was actually great.
It's a game that could have so easily just been middling. Like, it could have been so easy for Nintendo to just rest on its laurels, just say, hey, you know what, Mario 64 was pretty cool, what if we just did that again? And to a certain degree, Mario Galaxy does, in fact, take a lot of, you know, inspiration from Mario 64, but
Mario definitely goes where no other game has gone before. It goes upside down, it goes inside out, it goes all over the place.
the look of the game, just the whole feel of it, the weird celestial, you know, vibe it's got going on, the super surreal, you know, crazy space creatures that Mario's interacting with, and just...
but then also the gameplay, super accessible, super easy to pick up.
The controls made sense. The controls are really comfortable. Anybody could play.
But then at the same time, the way that it uses the physics and all these weird little, you know, little asteroids and planets and these abstract levels really gave it its own feel.
And it's just like that, like all that stuff combined, just it's a long game, it's a fun game pretty much the entire way through. It's just a really class production in every single facet of it, and that's something that very few games can ever really claim.
You know, after Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube, Nintendo really had a lot to prove with its core Mario franchise. They really had to show people that they could make something that, you know, would appeal to people who have a long history with Mario, but would still be accessible to newcomers.
And that's the thing about it, is that with Mario, it's always really easy to just give a Mario game props, because, you know, it's a Mario game. Everyone loves Mario games. You know, that's just how it is. Except for maybe Sunshine. But anyway, the point is that
Super Mario Galaxy nails it. This thing is the epitome of what the Wii is all about. This game totally appeals to the hardcore Mario fans. It's got so many crazy references to past Mario games that'll make your head spin.
you could have put Bubsy in that game, As long as the level design was the same and the whole, you know, just every other facet of that game was identical, you just took the Mario nostalgia out of it, that game would still be pretty friggin' awesome.
It's got so much enthusiasm to it, and
It's about thinking and about playing. It's an imaginative, fun game. It's not about, you know, racking up the body count, blowing things up, escaping from reality, or doing something to take your mind off of anything else. It's just a fun play experience.
it's also super weird. I think that's the thing that might be easy to gloss over, is that Super Mario Galaxy is a bizarre game. I mean, Mario games from the get-go, you know, you're climbing up scaffolding to fight a monkey who stole your girlfriend. He's, you know, throwing barrels at you, and then you're in sewers, and then you're in some sort of mushroom kingdom, and there's turtles. You know, it's always been really weird, and, you know, Galaxy stays weird, but in its own way.
So yeah, in a year where, you know, a billion different awesome games came out, it takes something really pretty special to kind of stand out amongst that pack.
Every other game on this list is phenomenal. Again, top of its class. You'll be hard-pressed to find another game in its genre better than what it is. But each of them comes with some sort of caveat. Each of them, there's like, well, this is really good, but there's this. This is really good, but there's this.
And the thing about Mario Galaxy that makes it stand out is just the fact that every single component, everything it does, is awesome in one way or another. There's no one part of that game that sucks. You know, it's long, it's detailed, it's beautiful to look at, hella fun to play in practically every single level, every single part of it. That's just something that games can't claim these days, like almost ever. And that Galaxy really pulled that off is really awesome.